Social anxiety is a mother, like, so I left the house today, and I wanted to do some Christmas shopping, so I came to Target, my favorite place. And before I left the house, I swear I was doing so good. I was pumping myself up. I was saying, Ricky, today we're not gonna let anxiety, control us. We're gonna have a good day, and just all this stuff. Like, I'm just trying to prepare myself. And now that I'm here, it's just like my brain is, I don't know, it's just something about large crowds. Like, I don't know what it is. And I know none of these people know me. None of them have any reason to harm me or like say something crazy to me, but my brain just cannot process that I'm not in danger. Like, I'm literally sitting here debating going back home, and I don't, this is a crying fucking shame.
Social anxiety is definitely a real thing. It's definitely an issue that a lot of people are suffering with in silence. I mean, you see it all the time, society. People will get ready, get dressed up, spend a lot of money to go to a club, to go to a lounge, and literally be on their phones all night. It's literally like people's cell phones and their internet and social media have become like a safe space for people, as opposed to it seem like in the 90s and early, maybe 80s, people were much more social. They didn't need to be on their phones every 2 seconds. But it seems like nowadays, people are just scared to really ultimately be themselves. And that's where I think the core issue of this social anxiety comes from.
People don't understand what it's like to have social anxiety. I do, because I've dealt with it all my life. It's like walking in a crowded room and still feeling alone. Like every eye is judging you. So you shrink yourself, you stay quiet, you make yourself small. It's rehearsing conversations before they even happen because you're so afraid of saying the wrong things. It's dodging invitations, not because you don't want to go, but because your mind has convinced you that you shouldn't be there. Social anxiety doesn't just make you nervous. It makes you believe you don't belong. The hardest part? People mislabel you. They misjudge you. They misunderstand you. People think that you're stuck up, you're distant, you're cold, uninterested, but they don't see the overthinking. They don't realize you're quiet, not because you think that you're better than them. You actually want to connect with them. But deep down, you don't feel like your words matter. They don't know what it's like to truly want connection, but feel paralyzed by the fear of not being enough. If you struggle with social anxiety, please listen to me. Your mind is lying to you. You do belong. You are enough. And the next time that voice tells you otherwise, don't believe it. You are not your thoughts. You are so much more. Like I always tell you, it all starts with you. Share this if you care to.
Again, he's definitely spot on. It's like a mental mind game. Your mind is like tricking you, and you have to believe and have to feel inside that you are good enough. You don't have to try to pretend or uphold to other people's standards. Again, just being yourself is enough.
It's just me, but y'all ever been out in public and didn't want to be in public? When you got that feeling of everybody watching you, but nobody's watching you. Like, why the fuck do we always feel like that? But necessarily, I'm talking to the people who do feel like that. You could be walking into a store by yourself, and you feel like the whole store is watching you. You start having anxiety, you start thinking people looking at you, people thinking about you, people talking about you. But in reality, we shouldn't even care. Then on top of that, they're not even gonna fucking think about you when they leave the store themselves. I swear, bro, I'm just one of the people who don't like being around people at all. I don't like the vibe from people. I don't like being around a bunch of people. I just don't like that shit. I don't know if it's the bad experience I had with people in my past or how people treated me, but I know other people feel the same exact way how I feel. And as fucked up as it sounds, I don't want to be around nobody. I don't even like being around my own family. Fuck them. Talking about having a family reunion. Nigga, fuck y'all.
Again, it sounds like this brother may be dealing with some trauma here, but we all need human interaction. Being in isolation for too long is never good for anyone. Again, social, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Being social is a very important aspect of life, and it's very important that you need to have healthy relationships with people. And one common thing you see in these previous clips is a lot of people are too concerned what others are thinking about you. And what you have to understand is most people do not care. They don't care what you drive, what you wear, I mean, anything that you have on. And understand, in 2-3 minutes, they're going to be thinking about something else and not worrying about you. So you have to, don't be a prisoner to your own mind. Put yourself out there into, social settings, and you have to, just like anything in life, if you want to get better, you have to get uncomfortable sometimes. And the worst thing you can do is become a prisoner to your own mind and believe everyone is out to get you.
Probably think social anxiety is real, but I'm telling you, from someone who's had it, social anxiety is absolute bullshit. Like, it's not a thing. Social anxiety is simply you giving more of a fuck about yourself than the other person who you're supposed to be in a conversation with. If you notice, when you're having these socially anxious episodes, like, you're not actually even listening to what the other person's saying. You're just thinking about how you look and sound in front of them. Like, you can't take your mind off of yourself for 10 seconds to talk to somebody else. So that's why I say that people who are socially anxious are actually just selfish. You don't have to be funny. You don't have to be cool. You don't have to have status or anything like that. Just listen. Listen with your ears. When you're drunk, you don't have social anxiety because you're just zoned in right on their eyeballs because you don't even know what's going on. You're just listening. You don't feel that stress of like, oh, what do I look like? What do I sound like? A more organic conversation. So if you have social anxiety, stop thinking about yourself and think about them instead.
I see what he's trying to do here, but social anxiety is definitely a very real thing, and it's something that a lot of people suffer from. And again, they suffer in silence. But just like with anything in life, you have to address it head on. You have to work on trying to not be so caught up in your thoughts. That's what the big thing I think is. People get so caught up in their thoughts and worried about what other people are going to say, when in the reality is most do not care.
Anxiety is not real. People ask me, Ames, how do you not have social anxiety? You know why? Because why do you need social anxiety? Everyone's gonna die one day, and you see all these people here watching you right now, they're all going to forget in 20 minutes. Literally. Come, let's speak some people. High five, please. Hey, literally. All of these people right here, they have lives themselves. They don't care about me. They care about themselves. Look at him. He cares about himself. Do you care about me, sir? You got sons? So you got to care about somebody. You got family. I hear it. My boy, though, literally, all of these people, they're trying to catch their train. They don't care what I'm talking about. But social anxiety is not real. She don't care. He don't care. Even the baby don't care. They don't care. Anyway, so where you going, sir? Where you going? Guys, listen, social anxiety is not real. Say it after me. Social anxiety is not. Okay, it might be real, I don't know. Anyways, guys, listen, thanks for watching my video. I'm here to demonstrate to you guys why social anxiety is not real. So can I get a high five? Yeah, I'm a bit embarrassed now though.
As you can see, this gentleman here is at a busy train station, it looks like, and it's a great demonstration on social anxiety and a great example of how most people do not care. You can see he's yelling, he's hollering, he's screaming to the top of his lungs, and most people are really still focused on whatever they're doing. Most people are in their phones. Some people are looking at him like he's strange, but the key takeaway here is you have to be self-confident in yourself. You have to believe in yourself and not be worried about what others are thinking about you. That's the key critical element, I believe, in overcoming social anxiety.
Struggle with anxiety? Watch this video. So I'm only talking from my perspective, and I'm noticing from this year that it's a lot of people who relate. So first, you got to understand that your reality is a projection, okay? If you don't know what that means, leave a comment and I'll make a video explaining it. But everything is a projection. Your reality is a projection of your subconscious mind. So I am very observant. A lot of people are very observant. So because you are so observant and you notice shit about other people, you always noticing, you always peeping, you think everybody else is the same. You think everybody else is just as observant as you. But in reality, people are oblivious as fuck. So it's this thing called the spotlight effect. So imagine you got a stain on your shirt and you about to go to the mall on a Saturday, 3:30 in the afternoon, you know, everybody there or some shit. You think everybody about to see that stain on your shirt, but in reality, nobody's looking. Nobody's giving you their attention. If it was somebody else and you was walking through the mall, you'd probably notice a stain on their shirt because of how observant you are. But everybody else isn't the same. You probably be out looking for people flaws and things of that nature, but in reality, nobody's actually like that. So it's the spotlight effect. You think everybody is looking at you, you think everybody is focusing on you, but they're really not paying you any attention at all. Because this was me. I was observant as hell and judgmental as hell, and I thought everybody else was the same. So my childhood, I had anxiety the whole time and didn't know. Plus, I was also judgmental. What made us so observant and judgmental? If your friends like to crack jokes on your insecurities, I'm gonna make a part 2 on this. We gonna save that for a part 2, because that's what really be getting niggas anxiety. When your men crack jokes and them jokes is funny, I'm gonna make a video on it.
I definitely think he's on to something here, where he says essentially what I took from it is sometimes you could be too overly too logical, overly too observant, and you believe that everyone else is like that. So when he gave the example of going to the mall with the stain on your shirt, for a person that's very logical and very observant, you may instantly see that stain and say, "Man, why would that person come out with that on?" But the majority of people are not that observant and are not that logical and not that critical critical when it comes to their thinking, and that can also definitely be a key trigger for people who have social anxiety. Is really you're just too worried and too overly consumed about what other people may think about you.
The reasons why you have social anxiety and why you get so nervous in social situations is because at one point in your life, you were taught that it was not okay to be yourself. You developed the belief that being yourself wasn't enough. You believe that if you just express yourself authentically and unapologetically, people are going to reject you. So this brings up an important question. How can you bring more and more of yourself to social situations and express more and more of yourself while at the same time being safe or feeling safe to be yourself in those situations? You're going to have to push your comfort zone just a little bit. But by doing a little bit more each day than what you're used to, you're going to feel more and more comfortable around people, being yourself around people, and being more free around people. Another thing to take note of is the people in your life who already allow you to feel free, to be yourself around them. Hope this helps. And if you have any questions about social anxiety, leave it in the comments.
He brought up a great point there of auditing your social circle and being around people who accept you for yourself. So you don't have to put on a facade. You don't have to put a act on. That can be very mentally taxing when you have to go through the day essentially pretending or acting or trying to be someone you're not. So make sure the people around you genuinely like you for you so you don't have to act. Let me know what you think in the comments below about social anxiety. Do you believe it's real? Do you think it's a bunch of hogwash? Let me know. I look forward to hearing from you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.